do a media talk. I'm quite happy to take anywhere that you would like to go. Please ask. We would like to keep you as a group for the simple reason for your own welfare and safety. We're using City Care as a facilities management contractor, just keeping the building tidy, helping us doing investigation works. And because it's their site, I've asked Michael here to do a quick induction, just to give you an overview of the health and safety requirements now. So, from Town Hall perspective in the main foyer at the moment, to my left is the Auditorium, to my right is the James Fair, and behind me is the Boaters Restaurant, southern entrance, and above it the Limes Room. So from a damage perspective, you can look around and you can see what you can see. If we wanted to look at from settlement, we have differential settlement across the building from Kilmore Street to the terraced area, between 300 and 600 mil, with an average of about 450 mil. Solutions that we're providing, which we've shown on the web now, is to use deck rail columns around the perimeter under the main structures. Above you is the conference room. Again, we've got the columns here, which are supporting that. If we move towards the south of the auditorium, we can witness some of the damage, some of the cracking in the floor slab, but as part of the solution is that we are going to provide a complete new floor slab to the building. So you just give you a moment, just get your bearings in here, and then we'll just head off in that direction. Beyond that, we will go into the auditorium. In case of warning point regarding the auditorium, when you walk in, the steps are going down, so you have a feeling that you're going up. It's kind of a weird sensation, and it's easy to explain than it is to, well, it's easier to do than it is to explain. So just bear that in mind as going in. That doesn't mean that the floor slab below is in a poor state. It just means where the building's moved, it's just taking the floor slab, sorry, the timber floor to timber auditorium floor down with it and created a hogging moment. Okay? Any questions? Shall we move down? So, when we were looking down from the columns, because of the weight, the auditorium settled a bit more. See from the cracking in the beams, that is fairly typical, that cracking. In the severity context, that's probably the worst column in the town hall for settlement. To the rear, you see cracking on the purple wall, just above the door. We're going to move into the auditorium next, so just bear in mind as you're walking down, you do get that sensation of walking up. While the camera crews are actually getting straight, I'll just give you a break. The Riga organ is intact. We've spoken to Riga about its repair, and they're saying it's actually best left in place and we'll do a protection strap all around it. You can see the floor, how it curves over. This is the timber floor, the actual concrete floor is about a metre below us. So as part of the solution is to take out this floor, take out all the timbers, take out the slab, and then take out the slab, and then from that we can put in the deck rail columns underneath. That includes take out the stage, but also keeping the organ in place. Looking at the wall over there, again, that's a non-load bearing wall that has got cracking in it. So again, that will come out and we'll just redo it. We've also got the added interest in here, because it's a Heritage 1 building, all these features around are classed as heritage, so we need to take these down carefully, check behind and reinsert back in exactly the same location. The chairs have gone, as you can see. They're currently in storage and they'll be in there for the duration of the project, and then we'll bring them back after being cleaned and maybe refurbished, depending on the current state at that point. I'll just give you a few moments. I've got really nothing to say in this area. There's no obvious damage, as you can see. Part of the additional works that we're proposing is to possibly extend this way to improve the back of house. that's for a councillor's decision. But as you can see from this area, there's not really a great deal to explain.
This is definitely one of the areas where users of the town hall, promoters of concerts, etc. have said this back of house doesn't work as well as they would like. It's hard to get access in. You need to bring things through from the other side. So we're looking at making this one of the areas where we already had some thoughts about improving it, and we would do that as part of the refurbishment. At the end of it, if we go down this track, we'll end up with a town hall that's better than it was when it started. That's the plan if we get it right. But this is one of those areas where it has been frustrating for people, for the people running it and the promoters, so we can make it better.
Okay, so we're in the James Hay now. We're going to move to my left down onto the stage. Just be mindful of some of the floor is slightly movement on the stage has bowed. Again, the building itself has moved towards the river slightly, and therefore you created a hogging moment with the similar to the auditorium.
So James Hay is, again, like the rest of the building, it's structurally above foundations, performed very well. It's not a significant amount of work to actually bring it up to 100% of the new building standards in here. We can do that relatively easily. As part of the project and the scope of works that we've included is to actually improve the acoustics. It was part of the potential scope of works in the refurbishment project prior to the earthquake. But it wasn't going to be implemented at that time due to costs. But as part of this project, we're looking again to improve the functionality and acoustics within the James Hay.
So important, there's been a bit of criticism around the James Hay, but in fact it was designed for theatre and spoken voice. So the way the theatre has been structured is around spoken voice, and it's very good for that. Of course, it's been used for a multitude of other things, but it was never designed acoustically for music. So one of the things we talked about in terms of acoustics is to have a retractable shell that comes down over the stage, which allows it to project the music outwards, and then some more different baffling in the building, which allows that to be much better acoustically for musical production. So it'll make the whole theatre a lot more flexible and adaptable for a lot of uses that it wasn't necessarily so perfect for, because it was never designed to be a musical theatre. It was always for spoken voice. So that's quite exciting. I think we end up with a theatre that can meet a much wider range of needs in the city.
So you can see it's stepping down and then step back up. It gives that symbolism of rolling down to the river. So one of the options is, option one, which is promoting, is actually complete. Repair this back into its current state with a new floor slab, new foundation slab beneath this. So part of the works and the challenges we have is actually taking this section of the building out, put the floor slab in, so put the concrete slab in, and then put the building back in its entirety. So that's quite a challenge.
So the four options that we put in front of council, which some of you will have seen that Warren and Marnie have done, most of the difference in those four options relates to this bit of the building, downstairs and upstairs. So option one, as Patrick said, is basically put this back pretty much as it is. Option two is take this away and replace this bit with another bit with it all on one level, but otherwise looks pretty much the same. Option three changes this bit and the lime room upstairs, which we'll go up to. And option four takes both of these bits away and replaces them with one level of a large glassed area on there. But other than this end of it, the Auditorium and James Hay solutions are almost identical for those other, all four of those options. So this is where the change was. The other thing is, of course, with Victoria Square, which of course you can't see so much of, other than through the window, becoming much more prominent with the Avon River Park and the developments that are going on Victoria Square, and of course Convention Centre through the other side. We was also keen to get this entrance to the town hall more of a focus as well, so it connects a bit better through the Victoria Square. and council are keen for us to look at ways that we can improve that. So we've got some thoughts about how we do that as well. Nothing too radical. So the heritage people are certainly saying, look, let's keep it as close as we can to what it was, but let's improve the functionality as well, which is well within that heritage brief. That's why we keep talking about conserving it, not restoring it block for block.
Where my foot is the scientific drawing, because this building is separate to this building. This line here should be back here. So you can see how the building's moved. It's literally surfboarded. It's gone down like that and surfboarded towards the river. So that's roughly what, 150 mil? 75, 100 mil? This gap. So it's moved. We have building separation. We're going to move into the lounge room, where you can actually, if you're standing here, you can actually see it better from the far end, but you can actually see the vertical rise as you're going in. We've cleaned it up a little bit.
Again, that's the ground underneath heading towards the river, and the building's just kind of surfed its way in, came in, so held together reasonably well, just slid down towards the river.
So when you look how the lounge room's moved against the kitchen block, which hasn't moved as much as you can see, but where my foot is here, where the building's moved, and so here, so this building's moved towards the river, this area is held fast.
This damage here isn't in fact earthquake damage. We broke that away because as we were suffering those 12,000 odd aftershocks, there was a threat of this portion of the building actually pulling the whole thing over. So we disconnected the steel and made sure it was physically broken so they could sit there separately.